Dear students, in this class we will discuss a new chapter based on statistics, chapter number 25, measures of central tendency, that means mean. So what are the objectives of this chapter? Here in this chapter we will find out mean for raw and arrayed data. Raw means not arranged properly, just a data. Arrayed means properly arranged one. So in the form of tabular columns. So such type of data is called arrayed data that we are going to learn in this chapter. Next point, we are going to learn to find mean by three methods. What are those three methods? First one is direct, second one is shortcut, third one is step deviation method. Okay. So before going to start the definition for what is average or mean, so we will take one example. So suppose we want to compare the wage distribution of workers in two factories. So how we can compare on individual basis? If you compare the wages, it is we cannot come to any conclusion. So therefore, if any one value is there which represents whole data, that means which represents the salary of whole workers who are working in that particular factory, then we can compare easily which factory is giving more pay and which factory is giving less pay for its workers, isn't it? So one single value should be there which should represent the whole data. Then we can easily identify which factory is giving more pay, which factory is giving the less pay. Now we will come to the definition of average or mean. So what I told in the example, the same definition is also given. For a given data, single value of the variable means here in this my example, wages is nothing but a variable, representing the entire data which describes the characteristics of the data is called average. A single value of the variable which represents, you can say it is a leader of the entire data, which represents the entire data and also characteristics of the particular data is called as average of the data or mean of the data. Both are same meaning, average or mean. So this average always lies centrally. So this average always lies centrally with the values of the variable arranged in ascending order. If you arrange the data in ascending order, the average or mean lies at the center of the data. Therefore, average is called as measure of central tendency. Now you came to know why we are given the name measures of central tendency, mean, because the mean always lies at the center of the data. That means it always lies at the center. Therefore, it is called measures of central tendency. Well, in order to measure, there are three types of averages. So what are those three types of averages? Mean, median and mode. So in this we can use these three methods to find the average. One is mean, median and mode, that we are going to see in the coming chapters. In this chapter we are going to concentrate only about mean. So we are concentrating only about mean. So we have to remember these formulas compulsorily because they are very, very important. So what are the formulas for to find the mean for ungrouped data that I told? Ungrouped means raw data, just only they will give the numbers. They are not in the tabular form. So such type of data, how to find out the mean? Mean is equal to sigma x by n. What is this sigma represent? Sigma is a symbol, Greek symbol, represents the sum, stands for sum, addition we can say. and n is number of observation, how many observations are there in that particular data, that is called n. Next, one more method I told in the objectives only, how to find out the mean using direct method. Direct method, this is we are using for grouped data. These three methods we are using for grouped data or arrayed data. So what are the formulas used to find the mean for grouped data? Direct method. In the direct method, mean is equal to sigma fx by sigma f. This is the direct method formula. Shortcut method, we are using m is equal to a plus sigma fd by sigma f. What is this a? A is the assumed mean that we are going to discuss when we are doing the sums. And d is called deviation, how the values are deviated from the mean. So d is equal to x minus a. This formula we are using in place of d. So one more method we are going to use. So one more thing I want to tell about this shortcut method is, when we have to use this shortcut method, when larger quantities, numbers are very large, it is very difficult to do division and multiplication. So in that case, if numbers are very large, then we are using shortcut method so that we can make the division and the multiplication simpler. So this method also used for the same region, step deviation method. M is equal to a plus c into sigma fu by sigma f. What is c? C is called as class size, and u is calculated on the basis of this formula. X means score minus a is assumed mean, by c is class size. So these are the very important formulas we have to remember throughout this chapter, and it is also very important for in the point of view of examination also. So please note on these points.